Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your support of local artists. Welcome to the world premiere of Friday Night Live, starring the fabulous Midnight Mystery Theater. Tonight's episode, The Case of the Missing Piece, was written by John Ruoff and is featuring Commander Johnny Rocket and the wacky crew of the X-13. Maple Valley Creative Arts Council and Poppy Purse Production are proud to bring you live comedy mystery plays on the last Friday of every month. Laughter is not always the best medicine, but it's the best medicine we have to give you tonight. Ooh-ah. So get ready to zoom with Commander Johnny Rocket and his wacky crew, the X-13, in the case of the missing piece. Peace out.
We are live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to the Midnight Mystery Theaters. We present another tawdry tale of terror.
Mystery!
Suspense.
More
More
terror!
More trouble.
And mystery.
More
or less.
Our wacky, way out of this world episode is entitled The Case of the Missing Piece. The Midnight Mystery Theater is brought to you by Flexer and Franco, the cheese adjustment people. Have you had your cheese adjusted today? If not, why not? And now, Act 1 of The Case of the Missing Piece. The story you are about to swallow is an actual case taken from the files of NASA, not only because we can, but also because the little man who lives in my ant farm told me that if we don't, he can prove the story was plagiarized from the script he wrote on his tiny typewriter. We got news for you, little man. We already plagiarized it. Any similarities of persons living or dead portrayed in this production is purely intentional. We go now to the year 2098, to a galaxy far, far, really far away, in the spaceship X-13 commanded by
Johnny Rocket. Space Commander.
way out there somewhere in space. Commander Johnny Rocket and the space cadets of the X-13 rocket ship brave the cosmic dangers of the world beyond. Tuesday, Echo.
Another endless night.
Or day.
Or day floating in space where every star looks pretty much the same as the other, I don't know, guessing a couple million.
You might be coming up a little short on the star total, Commander. Rolo, number stars?
The total was 13.
Not stars, Rollo, stars!
What am I, a computer?
Yes!
Yeah.
The total constellations applying the metric system can be arrived by dividing the square root of the total of the common denominators by subdividing the average.
Makes sense to me.
It does?
Step aside. Here's how to count those babies the old-fashioned way. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Come on, wins lunch. Even I don't have that much free time.
Oh, chisel whistle, man. Siege made me dead. I lost my count on it.
I just realized something.
And what is that, Commander?
I spend more time with the crew of the X-13 than I do with my own children.
Sir, you don't have any children.
And my point is, what?
Would you keep it down? I'm trying to listen to the radio.
Hear the radio better, Professor. It might help if you turned it on.
Excellent point, Cadet Planet. Let's see. Here we go.
Oh, come on, Professor Nosehairs. That's the old static channel. Oh.
One advantage, they only have one sponsor. Tell them, Johnny.
Does this ever happen to you?
What's the matter, Betty?
Last night on my date with Bill, I was feeling this electricity.
Ooh, do I hear wedding bells?
No, it was just my sweater.
Dryer-induced static?
Snap, crackle, pop. All through the drive-in movie. Bill said it was like kissing a bowl of cereal. What's a gal to do, Doris?
Try the Johnny Rocket Pocket Static-O-Matic.
Later that week,
Ooh, Betty, what's that snap, crackle, pop?
It's not my sweater, Bill. Wink, wink.
No, I think it's my sweater, and I'm not wearing one.
Wah, 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 wah.
the Commander Johnny Rocket Pocket Static-O-Matic. It's out of this world. All right, then some music then. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Discount Ballroom and Christian Science Dancing Room in Manhattan, the big band sound of Dick Wrinkle and the Nymph Notes. Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this musical program to bring you another band, Dick Wrinkle and the Nymph Note. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt the musical program with this important Galaxy News Bulletin. The band went home. No, wait. This just in. We have a report that a giant chicken from outer space has landed on a farm in Stupid Grove, New Jersey. We have contacted the leading intergalactic poultry expert, Professor Gilbert Wow. Will you look at that? Coinswaggle at the Foghorn University Observatory to elaborate. We turn it over to our correspondent, Bryles Bristlelips.
Thank you, Johnny. Good evening, Professor.
Hey, what's good about it?
I believe he's talking to the professor on the radio, Professor.
Yes, I am.
Me? Okie dokie. Evening.
I must say, unusual garb.
Shucks, not for a janitor, it ain't. I'm Omar P. Wins Lunch.
'Cause that's my cousin.
Why am I not surprised?
But where is Professor Cornswoggle?
Well,
Cornswoggle.
The professor's still celebrating the sighting of Haley's Comet.
But that was 11 years ago.
Times fell from Alabama last night. Oh, shucks, tell me about it. But I did get a look-see to this super-duper telescope. Let me tell you what I seen up there in space. You ever go a week without sleep and you start seeing things? Like a potato chip dancing with your cat?
Meanwhile, up there, in space, on the evil satellite of the Babbitt brothers, Darcy and Fossey. Evil meteorologist.
What is the most horrific thing you can possibly think of, Fossey?
Talking to you.
Worse than that?
Listening to you?
And listen you shall as you hear my diabolical plan number 7.
That was the digit assigned to your last failed attempt at villainry.
Alrighty, right then. Diabolical plan 7.6, which is already in effect. Evil 7.6, laugh. Evil 7.6, laugh.
Oh, who's the victim this time?
Do you know how I feel about the Martians?
Oh, I don't know. Pretty much how you feel about everybody.
But worse. Those bizarre, gigantic green heads full of rubbish. But, as we all know, oversized heads do not always house oversized brains.
So, what's your excuse?
Imagine the check I will write you for your work in this matter.
You don't jolly well pay me.
Precisely. Pay attention, Farsi. The Martians captured what they thought was a human being and used it as a specimen for their insidious genetic engineering.
You said it. If not a human specimen, then what?
It was what you might call a...
That's a duck.
What's the opposite of a duck?
Oh, there isn't an opposite. It's either a duck or it isn't.
That is why I was the favorite son. You never saw me correcting Mom and Dad.
No, not when they called you a loony.
Chicken! That's what the Martians have genetically modified and multiplied in size to the 100th power. Well, I convinced the Martians to return the chicken in its altered state because it's the decent thing to do.
Isn't that sure to cause a panic on Earth?
You're catching on, dear brother. That stunt is sure to provoke a war of the worlds. Evil laugh. Evil laugh.
Oh, sounds like good times.
A tip of the iceberg. Next, we must infiltrate the X-13 and get that Commander Rocket involved and blamed for instigating the war, thus getting my revenge for Rocket getting me fired from the Space Academy for getting his cheese blasted weenie damp.
You can't mean...
Exactly. You and I have an appointment to have our DNA cosmetically rearranged by Dr. Mallard at the city hospital to look like Space Federation military officers.
Meanwhile, aboard the X-13, the crew listens to the Galaxy News broadcast in horror. And now, ladies and gentlemen, return to the studio and the piano concerto by Wilhelm, Richard, Fritz, Stephen, Eugene, Wolfgang, Egon von... Oh, we interrupt the name of this musical composer to bring you this bulletin from our correspondent in Stupid Grove, New Jersey.
This is Lance Steelpex, reporting from Stupid Grove, New Jersey. A craft looking like a gigantic chicken from Mars has landed in New Jersey. I repeat, I am single and ready for love. And ladies, you have no idea how fantastic I look in a spacesuit. My number is 1-900-STUD, so call...
Horton Flapjaws taking over for former correspondent Lance Steelpex. A gigantic chicken from space has landed and just now has fired eggs at the local citizens. With me is the mayor of Stupid Grove, Dabney Crabney. Sir, what is being done to defend your town against what are being called extraterrestrials?
Have you been to the town, son?
No, sir.
If you had, you could see there isn't much to defend. But we do have our own civil defense team.
Oh, you mean like a volunteer army, sir?
Not exactly. It's the Stupid Grove Ladies Presbyterian Badminton Glee Club. Step in here, Agnes. This is Agnes Bloomington, the acting chapter president.
Hello there in Radio Land. What would you like me to sing?
We interrupt our bulletin to bring you the music of Ricky Racket and the Shuttlecocks featuring that badminton songbirdy of the airwaves, Agnes Bloomington.
Oh, Nana too. What the hell is Agnes?
Turn the radio off, Winky. Contact HQ and find out what the heck is happening on Earth.
Hi, Commander.
Smells like Martian shenanigans.
I fear Cadet Planet is correct, Commander.
Sir, if those Martians are trying to start something, we really ought to make sure our lasers are battle ready.
Cadet Planet, you and Cadet Gearmar run a ballistics check and update me. Rolo, Give me a reading on alien activity in the Earth's stratosphere the last 24 hours.
Would you like a back rub with that?
Yes, but not from you. Do you have a sister?
Meanwhile, at the Galaxy City Hospital, well, Mr. and Mr. Babbitt, that was a fairly simple procedure for most doctors and pretty darn good chance of not being a total train wreck, i.e. disaster.
Sorry.
Not yet, anyway. You can go ahead and remove the bandages, Nurse Nancy.
Here goes. Go to your happy place.
Your place would make me happier.
Slap.
Oh,
Oh, no.
So, what do you think?
I think I need a doctor.
I look like a zookeeper with a bushy moustache.
I look like a psychedelic soldier.
Well, there you go. Captain Kangaroo and Sergeant Pepper.
Bloody hell. This is what you call military officers?
That's what we had in the catalog, sir. Popular with kids' birthdays and acid flashbacks. You said to use our discretion.
True. I did say use discretion, but not yours.
Well, what do you expect from a shitty hospital? Meanwhile, aboard the X-13.
This is the X-13 calling headquarters. Come in.
Headquarters, come in.
Hey, Marvin, this is Winky. What the heck is going on with Earth, man?
You heard the radio report? Holy Toledo! Getting a signal from the Federation fighter ships to be on code red attack alert. Probably those pesky Martians. Hey, something big just happened. Turn on Galaxy News on the radio. I gotta go. My iceberg lettuce salad's melting. Later, Wink. HQ, over and out.
Hey, Professor, turn the radio back on.
You are listening to the big band sounds of Guy Grifter and his fabulous frauds at the Total Scam Theater. Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this musical program to take you to perfect Pelvis, Pennsylvania, as another alien attack unfolds. We have correspondent Patty Porkboiler on the scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, in all my years as a radio correspondent, I have never seen anything like this. Although I once saw a man scratch his nose with his elbow. I will give you a word picture of what is happening at this once placid farm community. A large chicken landed moments ago. A hatch is opening. Weird, large mechanical eggs are marching out of the chicken. Just listen to that utter pandemonium.
Utter pandemonium!
Excuse me, it's Farmer Barnett Bluebottom and his wife Marion. Can you tell the Galaxy News radio audience what is happening?
Yes. If my sister Alice is listening, you never returned my favorite piggy potholder from last year's Flag Day party Aunt Terry gave me for my third divorce. Appreciate it if you'd return it.
Yes, well, you, sir, Farmer Bluebottom.
Yeah, if my cousin Cornelius tuned in, I seen that combination seashell, shoehorn, and solar incubator you was talking about in Ed Turnbull's general store window, and by golly, it's even uglier than I thought.
And Barnett don't have but 3 thoughts a year, and 2 of them are worse than the other.
Yes, but I just wanted one thought on the...
And we have lost transmission. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting a national emergency signal from the Space Federation Council. But first, we go now to the musical stylings of Martha Mincemeat and her Fruitcake 5.
Turn off the radio. We have an audio transmit from the transport platform. Identify yourself.
I am Captain Zoom and is aide-de-camp of the Space Federation Defense Command. Permission to come aboard.
This is the commander of the X-13. Just a moment. Professor, have you ever heard of Captain Zoom?
Yes.
When?
Just now when he said who he was.
I would have recalled a silly name like Captain Zoom.
Oh, we're on speaker, sir.
Think he heard me?
Every syllable.
Swell! Then super, Winky. Open the hatch.
Sir, Vorkins have a saying.
Did not know this. And what is it, Commander Pia?
Be close to your friends.
Keep your enemies closer?
Why would we do that?
Commander Rocket, alas we meet.
Who?
Oh, what?
Who is the last we will meet?
Do remove the L. We already have.
If you are who you say you are, what is the Space Federation secret handshake?
The secret what?
Wouldn't be much of a secret if we knew what it was like.
Makes sense to me.
It does.
You two look vaguely familiar.
He's a real nowhere man. I'm just a paperback writer.
He's confused, is what he is. Lost a game of chess when he was 7 and never recovered. What I have to convey to you is of the most utmost urgency.
No, what?
I haven't told you what it is yet.
UPM, urgency preparation mode.
UPM. Cadet Winky, write that down.
Sure. Hey, Cadet Planet, what's this number you wrote down here? 1-900 stud?
Larry, I mean, Janet.
Oh, well, I thought maybe Cadet Pia would like the number. Yeah, I know. I mean, who am I kidding? Me mostly.
You want to know who is attacking Earth? I'll tell you.
The Martians.
Sir, you're a mind reader?
I wanted to be a mind reader too. In fact, I wanted to be 2 mind readers.
Not now, Aide de Campi. Consequently, we have orders from the Federation Self-Defense Council for you. The Space Commander hero saving Earth from alienation from extremely overdeveloped poultry to attack Martian crafts immediately, if not sooner.
Do you have a movie trailer to back that up?
Johnny?
In a world gone mad.
Okay, I'm good.
Sir, I have a large chicken in our flight path. It looks like she's headed in our general direction.
Just like on the radio. Prepare to fire laser.
Laser ready, sir.
Fire at will.
Who?
The Martian chicken!
And we have a direct hit.
Looks like we got ourselves some fried chicken.
Commander Rocket, you do realize this act demonstrates a lack of...
Peace?
I was going to say intelligence and tact.
Call it what you wish, but this is a war of the worlds.
Yes!
Yes.
And so concludes Act 1 of the Midnight Mystery Theater's presentation of The Case of the Missing Piece. Now let's hear this important word from Flex and Frankel, the cheese adjustment people.
Georgette Agut.
We had a good feeling you would be at the Café Orleans.
Then why didn't you go there? This is the Café La Fleur.
They don't say we were right. They don't say we were wrong.
Which one of you is Monet and which of you is Manet?
We honestly do not know. We do know all of Paris is talking about your sweater art.
Oui, the impression knits. Your sunflowers to the neck keep us in stitches.
Come join me for lunch, messieurs. I'm having this special made with Flaxon Franco's well-adjusted cheese, named after another great artist.
And what is that?
You never heard of the sandwich?
Have you had your cheese adjusted today? If not, why not? And now, Act 2 and the thrilling conclusion of The Case of the Missing Piece. As you may or may not recall, due to circumstances beyond your control, such as the infringement dramatized in the following demonstration of dim-witted thinking.
Honey, will you?
Yes?
Will you? Will you turn on the radio? I want to listen to the thrilling conclusion of...
Our engagement? Goodbye, Bob.
My name is Ralph, Betty.
My name is Mary, Ralph Betty.
Oh, we must both be on the wrong date.
Your heroes were now engaged in a war of the worlds.
Audio transmit, sir.
You want me to get it? What am I, a butler?
Well, so if I answer it, Commander, would that make me a butler?
If you don't answer it, you can pretty much guess what I will make you.
A sandwich? Cool. I'd like a club on gluten-free marble rye. Check. Skip the sandwich. I'll just have a rye with a splash of...
Give me that. This is Johnny Rocket.
That's my...
Your what?
Yellow submarine.
Your what? What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Space Commander.
Flight Lieutenant Percy Blink Bubble Rubble, RAF, here.
RAF?
Uranus Air Force.
Doesn't Uranus begin with a U?
And ends with U.
Well, you... I'm sorry. Why is a flight attendant calling me? Are you out of beer nuts or something?
Not flight attendant, flight lieutenant. I say, old Bubble, any truth in the rumor that you just annihilated a Martian chicken craft?
In defense, one could say that, yes.
Defense was not in the rumor, Rocket. As you know, Mars and Uranus have always been allies between the wars, you know.
Mars and Uranus were at war for 3 million years.
Those were the light years. Any aggression towards Mars is an aggression towards Uranus and Pluto, and vice versa, vice versa.
Pluto, traditional ally to whichever planet sends them a fruitcake for Christmas.
You can expect an allied attack on all Earthlings.
Oh, yeah? We don't scare easy, so you better watch your step.
Uranusians do not have feet, sir. They transport by use of mechanical wheels.
Oh, yeah? Okay. You better learn how to roll with the punches, Rubble Bubble, because I have an uppercut with your name on it.
Sir, audio transmit terminated at, oh, yeah?
Hung up on a commanding officer. According to Galaxy Protocol, this calls for overly drastic reactionary measures.
Life is very short, and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend.
Poppycock, there's loads of time for both. Today is an important day.
They say it's your birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Is it somebody's birthday?
Somebody's birthday somewhere.
Good show on throwing your voices, Rubble Bubble.
I didn't throw my voice.
Bloody hell. That means we're on a moving target.
You say goodbye, and I also say goodbye. We've got to get off this craft.
I suggest we turn the radio back on to Galaxy News and catch up on what's happening on Earth.
If you're just joining us on the Miniature Golf Channel, we have
have a dandy, Don.
That is correct, Steve. Jack Palmer is about to putt through the tiny windmill and the miniature replica of a church you were using as a front for a gambling operation.
It's called bingo, Don. Perfectly almost legal. And Palmer has sunk that 11-inch putt. So, Don, looks like we have another 5 hours left on the coverage.
Oh, I found out who was curdling the yogurt.
Who?
Nobody. Yogurt does that on its own.
We interrupt this broadcast and return you to the Foghorn University Observatory with Galaxy News Update with correspondent Bryles Bristlelips.
I'm here speaking with Omar P. Winslunch, an employee of...
F you!
Beg your pardon?
Foghorn University. I was looking through this here telescope. I seen this chicken flying through space. Everybody knows chickens can't fly. At least not 40 million miles an hour.
Thank you, sir. Perhaps we can have a word from the professor.
There ain't nobody here but us chickens. Ain't nobody here at all.
Okay. We return you now to the Big Sloppy Kiss Ballroom in New York with the big band sound of Frankie Failure and the Disappointments. They didn't show again.
We interrupt this musical broadcast for an update. We go now to Lousy Grove, New Jersey with correspondent Monty Mixer.
Thank you, Johnny. I am here at the site of the gigantic chicken flying with locals Kent and Alice Fluggan. First off, can you describe the size of the alleged UFP?
UFP?
Unidentified flying poultry, Mr. Fluggan.
Firstly off, can't be no unidentified if I am identifying it for you, now can it? Secondly, alleged makes me out a liar. Like I fib about a gigantic chicken just to get on the radio and plug my brother-in-law's used toaster store. Big Al's Toast of the Town Used Toasters Emporium off Route 6 with the finest in name brands with affordable prices. Warm, golden toast just like a pot-bellied stove on an icy mountain morning. Big Al's Toast of the Town Used Toasters Emporium!
Swell. Sir, if you don't mind, I say alleged because the sighting has not been verified by the authorities.
Ma'am, I know things beyond the average human.
Kent's a paranormal. He knew he was getting married an hour before it happened.
Yeah, it's for another day, Ma. Incidentally, bless you.
For what, sir?
You'll see. I'd say it was around 30 yards.
Sure, Roy.
I'm Kent, Alice. That was Roy you married twice.
Oh.
Yes, well, so the chicken was 30 yards wide.
Thereabouts. 30 yards, starting with the Henderson's yard, then the Johnsons, then the Wilsons, then the,
Thank you.
Told you.
Yeah. Back to you in New York, Johnny.
We go now to the Lazy Bum Ballroom and the big band sound of Chick Pickle and his rented Tuxedo Junction Orchestra featuring the local group, the Couch Potatoes. Oh, we interrupt this program to bring you this update from our correspondent Zach Zimmer at the Space Federation Defense Department.
I am speaking with 10-star General Drew, There Guts My Glory, First Blood. Thank you for taking time away from doing whatever it is you do, General First Blood. Do you have an official statement at this time, sir?
At this time, military intelligence considers the attack on the planet Earth by the Martians with their hostile use of heavy laser as an act of war.
It was reported to be a large chicken, sir.
I don't care what kind of chicken it is. It is out and out assault. And according to the Articles of War, I drew up in the mess hall over breakfast of, ironically, eggs over easy, a declaration of war. And this war is a long way from being over easy. I have a list of attack code procedures in the operations of emergency I keep in my boots.
You're not wearing boots, sir.
There's the first emergency.
Sir, the eggs are attacking!
I can see that, Captain Coolpool. Go into top secret code yellow.
Yes, sir!
And get me my boots.
What is a code yellow?
Code yellow? We call in the Army and Navy.
And you say it's top secret?
You have a lot of listeners?
Yes, sir. Over 1 million.
Then not anymore, it isn't. Full on strike. Is this all the tanks I get?
Sir, the War Department sent you a dozen cupcakes and named a ship after you, and you aren't even in the Navy, sir.
Not thanks. Tanks. I want a ground attack on these Martian creatures, and I mean now. Hereby known as Operation Humpty Dumpty.
Who are those men wearing football uniforms, sir?
Army is playing Navy today. Now they're both going up against the Martians.
The Martians are lining up, and there's the whistle. It's halftime. Let's take you now live in the studio with the music of Dick Wrinkle and his lawyers.
I'm suing you people for every cent for breach of...
Those are actual lawyers? I thought it was his new band.
We interrupt this broadcast to take you to another broadcast with correspondent Gail Gherkin in Sunny Dumps, New Jersey. Gail?
The sight here in New Jersey is astounding as horrendous Martians' eggs have crossed the marshes. And here to tell you what happened are the Marshes, Bucky and Jane Marsh.
We were having our usual Wednesday night game of hurl the grapefruit with the Potters when this huge egg just marched right across the carpet.
Most terrifying egg we've ever seen.
We're vegetarian. My gosh, it was shooting off these tiny cholesterol lasers.
Did you say hurl the grapefruit?
Oh, yeah, the game. A male player has to name a female American president elected before 1999, or he gets a grapefruit hurled in his head.
That explains the helmet. Oh, God, no! It was hideous!
I know, but what are you going to do? It's a used toaster.
Behind you, the creatures.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have lost transmit. We go now to Washington, D.C., the Secretary of Defense, Mr. Dreary Solemn.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have received word that Mars has attacked, and my opinion is that the armed forces have laid an egg.
Sir, a Plutonian fighter craft is 20 degrees north by 47 degrees southwest.
He's in range, sir.
So that is...
Too late. We are being attacked, sir.
Star Trek sway left.
What?
Right. Star Trek sway left.
What?
Woo! Cadet Planet, return fire.
Now I have a Saturn craft on the radar. Definitely a fighter.
Hold your fire, Cadet Planet. Saturn is an ally of Venus, which is an ally of Jupiter, and Jupiter is at war with Mars.
Tell that fighter pilot that. So, again, what are we to whom?
You want me to write all that down, sir? Audio transmit X-13, come in.
Night Lieutenant Percy Blink Bubble Rubble, RAF here. You really stirred things up now, Commander Rocket. The entire bloody galaxy is at war now, and it's on your head. Brace yourself for a nasty An all-encompassing Allied attack.
Me? They started it.
End of transmit, sir.
Where's that Captain Kangaroo and his psychedelic stooge?
Audio transmit, sir. X-13, come in.
No, thanks. We just left. This is Darcy Babbitt. Evil meteorologist.
I knew it.
You can bloody well forget about the bloody Nobel Peace Prize, Rocket.
You're behind this, not me, Babbitt. You started a world war, which begs the question. What is your problem, man?
That's easy. It's because he's a horse's ass.
Because you got me fired from the Space Academy when I made it rain indoors and dampened your cheese weenie.
And because he's a horse's ass.
You would destroy the universe over a damp cheese weenie.
Yes. Evil laugh. Evil laugh.
Audio terminated.
Sir, this might be a good time to suggest we implement the protective force field I developed, making us immune from enemy laser fire.
What about friendly laser fire?
Sir, it's an all types of laser fire protection plan.
Pretty please.
Cadet Planet, activate force field.
And oh man, it's working.
Yay!
Those lasers are bouncing off into oblivion like the suggestions we offer every staff meeting.
Enemy crafts have aborted attack.
Nice work, Cadet Pierre. Vulcan technology proves itself worthy of praise.
I found the instructions on the back of a Commander Johnny Rocket Pocket cereal box.
Turn on the radio and find out what's going on with Earth. The Earth has been annihilated by Martian chickens. There is nothing left on the planet but rubble. I have little else to say to whomever is left of our listening audience on Earth, but that the world will never be the same.
Bummer.
The world is destroyed, and that's all you have to say? Bummer?
Bummer. Dude.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was the Moon City Radio Players presentation of Will Olson's drama, The Battle of the Planets.
What? What? This all a radio play?
Evidently, the joke is on us.
Audio transmit.
Babbitt here. Just heard that blasted radio program. I'll be back another day for a real war. Evil laugh.
Let it be, let it be.
Oh, shut up.
Looks like another case solved by Johnny Rocket. Space Commander.
How?
And so concludes the Midnight Mystery Theater's presentation of The Case of the Missing Piece. Midnight Mystery Theater players are Commander Johnny Rocket was played by
Jalen Green.
Cadet Winky was played by
Chris, the man of 4 or 5 voices, Matthews. Woo!
Professor Noseheads was played by your announcer Johnny. Rollo the Robot was played by
Dean T. Moody. Oh, sorry.
Cadet Larry Liftoff was played by
Ryan Asbert.
Cadet Janet Planet was played by
Donna Millard.
Cadet Pia Gurmar was played by
Lindsay Dabeck.
Wins Lunch was played by
Rob Belker.
Darcy Babbitt was played by
Philip Keeman.
Bartsy Babbitt was played by
David Hayes.
Agnes Bloomington was played by
Gilwamba.
The sound effects were created by
Josh Kibbe.
and the music was performed by
Blumenthal.
The Case
Spinach
Limit
composer.
piece was written by and directed by John Ruoff. This has been a Puff Piece Purse production recorded before a live audience for the Maple Valley Creative Arts Council's Friday Night Live. This is your announcer, Johnny, saying, join us again the last Friday of the month at 8 p.m. on this network for another tawdry tale of terror, suspense, and mystery.
And be sure to tune in to our next adventure starring Shauna Millard as Mink Money, sexy private eye, in the case of the missing ruby, February 26th. Remember to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and our website at www.midnightmysterytheater.com.